Hello, my name is Maureen Rogers and welcome to Curtain Call. And I'm here with two special guests from Laurel Mill Playhouse. We are putting on Disney's Aladdin Jr. and the Kids Cabaret. So why don't you all introduce yourself and tell us what you're doing in the show?
Hi, I'm Marge McGugan and I'm costuming Aladdin Jr.
Hello, I am Michael Hartsfield and I am the director for Aladdin Jr. and the Cabaret.
So Michael, you've been on here a few times.
At least once.
Is this the first time you've been here for the children's show?
For the children's show, I believe so. I don't remember doing it last year. But.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about the story of Aladdin Jr. first?
Well, I'm sure most people are familiar with the story. It's Disney's Aladdin Jr. So if you've ever seen the Disney movie Aladdin, it's very similar in many ways. And of course, there's the Broadway musical that's currently running, which is the full-length Aladdin. And this is just a shortened version of the story, where Aladdin, a young street rat, if you will, beggar, thief, he, through various means, ends up with the magic lantern and releases the genie who gives him 3 wishes. And so that's the basis of the story. And of course, along the way, he's trying to win the love of Jasmine, who is the daughter of the Sultan. So that's sort of the basic of the story, and I won't give away it all. Okay. All of the famous characters, from the genie and Aladdin and Jafar, the villain, and Iago, they're all part of Aladdin Jr., just in sort of a condensed version of the show. And
this is from MTI, so Junior Series.
Yes.
So what does the Junior Series have to offer that's different from a regular show?
Well, I mean, from a director's standpoint, it's wonderful because it's sort of like a show in a box. So you get everything you need, right? And it also gives, I think, for the kids, an introduction to a real life musical, but it's condensed to an hour. So when you're dealing with 8 to 18-year-olds, sometimes doing a 2 or 2.5 hour show can be pretty taxing, right? And certainly trying to corral 30 kids to do a 2.5 hour show.
Is that what it is this
yes,
time?
It's 30 kids. 30
wow.
kids. It can be very taxing. So I think the junior versions, they give you an introduction to musical theater. They are complete stories, so you're not missing anything, but they're all family friendly, they're all kid friendly. So, and it's a nice introduction to musical theater without sort of the full length requirement that a 2 or 2.5 hour show would involve. So.
What has been the greatest challenge with this show?
Well, to repeat, the 30 children. The 30, we really try to make this an experience for the kids. So anybody that wants to be part of it, we want them to be part of it. So trying to make sure that all 30 have a valuable role. Everybody can't be Aladdin or the genie or whatever, but we want to make sure that all the kids are included. And so that's been challenging, to make sure that all the kids feel that they are really important, which they are. And so, we have big group dance numbers, and, we're dealing with kids who are both, from 8 years old to 18. So there's not only a wide age range, but experience and training is varied as well. So some kids who have never danced or been on stage in their lives, and some who this may be their 5th, 6th, 7th, 10th show that they've done through school or other theaters. So it's hard to maintain balance when you have so much variety that way.
And who's your choreographer?
We've had a few,
Oh, great.
which is a good thing, right? We for Aladdin, we've had 2. Brooke Urquhart and Miranda Snyder have both choreographed numbers for the Aladdin. And then Rue Gardner has done some choreography for the Cabaret part of the show. So,
oh, great.
Yeah.
Great. And he was in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor.
He was Joseph.
He was Joseph.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Miranda has been in many shows at Laurel and other places as well. She was just in Laughing Stock. And Brooke has done a show at Laurel, but he also dances professionally at area theaters and so forth.
Yeah, all 3 of them are great people. Mm-hmm. So how is it with 30 kids trying to place them on a stage?
It does take some patience and take some planning. obviously they can't be on stage the entire time. All 30 aren't on stage the entire time, but there are a few moments in singing numbers or dance numbers or scenes where we do use pretty much all 30 kids at once. And to place them and not make it seem like just one big mess is challenging. But it works, and thankfully they are different heights, and you can put them at different levels and things like that.
That's
so it works out pretty well. So.
Now, why did you add the cabaret? This is something different this year.
It is different this year, and it was a suggestion to try to lengthen the experience to some extent. The junior versions are only an hour long, so Aladdin Jr. only is an hour show. And so we felt that, the kids put so much work into it, the parents put work into, bringing kids to rehearsal and all of those things, that we wanted to give, the guests, the audience, a full night experience. So the first half will be Aladdin Jr., which will be about an hour, and then we decided brief intermission, and then do a kids cabaret. So all in all, it'll be about a 2-hour experience. Aladdin being the first half and the cabaret being after intermission.
It's great. It gives them everybody additional chances.
Right, and like with 30 kids, again, not everybody can be a lead role in Aladdin, but with the cabaret, we're doing 10 different songs from 10 different musicals, and we've really tried to split up those songs as best we can into little solo sections so that those kids who may not have had a big role in Aladdin at least get, a chance to shine during the cabaret and at least have a part of a song to sing by themselves or in a smaller group or something like that.
Sounds like it's been a full-time job so far this summer.
Has. Yes, it has.
So Marge, tell us about what you've been doing with Aladdin.
I've been dealing with costumes, and we've been really lucky. One of the girls' mothers has friends with Murray Hill Middle School. They did Aladdin Jr. 2 years ago, and they kept all the costumes. Oh. So she brought them over, and we've spent the past couple weeks trying to see what fit our group of kids. And I think we've used just about everything we can, so now it's time to begin sewing to fill in the gaps. But it's been interesting working with somebody else's version of Aladdin Jr. and seeing what will actually fit on different kids. And I found that it definitely helps the child get into character.
Once they put the costume on.
They put the costume or a costume piece on, or just even the hat or some funky shoes or something like that, then it's like, oh wow, I really am the genie, or something like that.
Yeah. And you took a trip just recently and found some great makeup, didn't you, somewhere?
Yes. I went up to visit my son in Massachusetts, and there is a Halloween shop in, I'm not sure if it's Holden, Massachusetts, outside of Worcester, but the fellow there who mans the store does theatrical makeup, and the two of us sat down and we picked out stuff for Jafar and the genie, and I told him what I thought I needed for the kids, and he goes, oh yeah, kids, you got to be careful with the type of makeup. And his first question is the genie going to be totally blue? And no, we're going to use Major Attaway's type makeup, which is a little bit different.
That sounds like great fun to work with. I'm sure they'll enjoy it. We'll be finding gold makeup everywhere, I guess.
Maybe not. Gold makeup's going to be limited, but I did explain to the fellow who's playing the genie just exactly what we're going to deal with. And the fellow who's playing Jafar is going to be toned down a little bit, but they both are going to have some beard pieces. And so will the Sultan, just a small beard.
Yeah. So what has been your greatest joy with this? I hope you tell me there was a joy.
There's been a lot of joys. I think, well, first of all, I got back in touch with my middle school teacher self, and dealing with 30 kids at one shot. And I think the creative process, just seeing what we can do with what we've got, and then where you go from there.
Right.
And the kids have been great about that.
And you've just come off of costuming Joseph, and what else? Laughingstock, and now
yeah,
you're getting ready for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Do you ever stop?
Yeah, there's usually 2 weeks between productions that I sleep. But yeah, it seems like it's been one right after another this year.
We hope we can give you like a little break so you can go off on holiday for a little bit.
Well, I'll be going off on holiday in spite of no break.
Always a good reason.
Yes.
So how long does the show run, Mike, and what dates?
It runs for 3 weekends. It opens on Friday, August 3rd, and we always have a Friday night and Saturday night performance. Actually, for this show, we're doing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday each weekend. So Friday and Saturday evenings at 8 p.m. and Sunday at 2 p.m. So it closes on Sunday the 19th, will be our final show. Something different for this show, we are doing 2 Saturday matinees as well. So on Saturday the 11th, August 11th, and Saturday, August the 18th, we'll have 2 shows those days. One matinee at 2 p.m. and then the Saturday evening show at 8 p.m. as well. So total of 11 shows, I believe. So 3 weekends, 11 shows.
Well, that would be great because then the kids can come in the daytime.
Yes.
More of them can come,
Right.
and not have to mess up with their bedtime or whatever.
Because it's definitely a show that kids really of all ages will enjoy. So I think, those matinees either on the Saturdays or the Sunday matinees would give an opportunity for younger brothers and sisters or, just, any kids to come and enjoy and, like you said, not be out till,
Right.
10.
Yeah, because it will be now until 10 o'clock. It'll run from 8
because
to
we'll
10.
start at 8 p.m. on the evening shows, and so it'll be, we'll be done by 10, but that can be a little late for some kids.
Yeah, the 2 to 4, it's a great idea, I think.
Yeah.
So they can buy tickets at laurelmillplayhouse.org, and we encourage you to buy the tickets online because this show will sell out. Our kids' show does sell out. So just go ahead and do that. It's easy system to follow. You don't have to pay any extra fees.
No.
So it's just what the fee is, and it's $22 and $17?
Right, $22 and then general admission and $17 for seniors, students, and military.
Right, and the students are 18 and under, so if you're still going to college at 40, it's not going to work.
Right, that's true.
But so after this, what plans do you have?
Well,
Rest.
rest a little bit, but school will get started here soon. I teach, so we'll be starting the shows there. And then I'm sure something will happen at Laurel very soon as well.
I'm sure it will. I will find something for you. And Marge is actually going to be in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yes.
So we're really happy to have her. And we've been looking at nurses' uniforms.
Yes, we have. We've already gotten a jump start on that.
Yeah. So that'll be a lot of fun, I think. So thank you both. Oh, we can't go on without mentioning Mimi.
That's
so
true.
tell us about our great musical director.
Mimi McGinnis, who will never appear on camera, but she is our wonderful musical director. She's done it now for a few years, and the junior versions send you a CD for accompaniment, but they obviously the kids still need to learn the music, and she will also be playing the piano for the cabaret section of the show. So she's amazing with the kids and a great pianist, and so yes, we should definitely give her a shout out.
That's right.
Yes.
She is terrific. Give us a little hint of some of the songs in the cabaret. Just
Well,
a
most
couple.
of the songs I think people will be familiar with. We tried to choose 10 different songs that were pretty kid-centered. So there's some favorites like Hard Knock Life from Annie. We're doing a song from Grease. We're doing a song from The Wiz. We're doing a song. So it's a really wide variety of songs. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious from Mary Poppins. So
that's nice.
Yeah. So
that's good.
they're all very kid-friendly, kid-centered sort of music, and again, some of them, I think we're doing 3 of the 10 as big group numbers where all 30 kids are singing, And then the other ones, we broke them down into smaller groups. So again, to give those other kids chances to really shine and do solos.
That's great. I mean, that really spreads.
It really does.
Spreads the talent. It's going to be a great time. Thank you both for coming out today, and thank you both a lot for doing the kids show, you know, as well as Mimi and all your choreographers and all that. So thank you again. Next up will be some of the actors and actresses from Aladdin, Disney's Aladdin Jr. So stay tuned for that. We'll be right back.
For history, entertainment, great shopping and dining, Laurel's historic downtown Main Street is where you'll find it. The iconic Laurel Railroad Station is an important part of the community that preserves Laurel history. Catch a glimpse of both the historic train stop on the East End and the mill houses on the West End during the Laurel Walking Tour. And be sure to stop at the Laurel Museum, which is open for tours. Every May, large crowds fill downtown Laurel for the popular Main Street Festival. Great food, music, and even greater company are what guests come back to year after year. However, Main Street is something to be enjoyed every day of the year. With numerous boutiques and gift shops, that won't be hard to do. Stroll down Laurel's historic Main Street and discover the heart of the community.
Hi, welcome back to Curtain Call. I have two lovely ladies with us who are in Disney's Aladdin Jr. and the Kids Cabaret. So thank you all so much for coming and being a part of this. Why don't you tell me first what your name is and what part you're playing? We'll start with you.
Me? My name is Eris, and I'm playing the fortune teller in Aladdin Jr., as well as the understudy of one of Jasmine's friends that help her. Wait, assistants or friends? I don't really know, but her name is Isir, and yeah, I'm really excited to do this play.
Oh, that's great. I'm glad. And Isabella,
Yes.
what part do you play?
My name's Isabella, and I'm playing Mantle, one of Jasmine's friends.
Okay, great. So you open pretty soon, in a couple weeks, right? So you've been together for maybe like 6 weeks. Tell me what you've liked about doing this.
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah, I made so many new friends, and everybody's just been so nice to me, and I just enjoyed the whole experience. And well, yeah, I like everything about it.
Right, that's great. That's what we like to hear. So can you tell me a little bit about the fortune teller, what kind of person that is?
Well,
Is she a funny lady or?
yeah. Well, she doesn't really have any lines, but she has this one part. I don't know if I want to say it, because if you haven't watched the movie.
That'll be our secret. Have you gotten your costume yet?
Well, yeah, I saw it, and it was like so amazing. I really love it. And I also showed my friend who was doing the character that I'm understudying, and she also loved it as well.
That's great. Now, how old are you?
12.
You're 12, okay.
Yeah.
Have you done other theater in the area or at school?
Yeah, at school. I've done 2 middle school plays, and this year at my school we're doing Mary Poppins. So
Oh, that's exciting.
I'm really excited for that too. But I'm focusing on this first because, well, the events, the really fun events that happened most recently are the ones that you, like, I don't really know what to say.
But like remember and
that you're most excited about, because
right,
the
sure.
most recent fun events that are like happening right now.
That's great. And how about you, Isabella? Tell us what you've liked about being here. Well, first of all, have either of you been here before?
Yes.
You have. I know. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, this is my first year at Laurel Mill.
Great.
This is my 4th or 5th production with Laurel Mill Playhouse, so I keep coming back every summer. It's great seeing all of my old friends that keep coming as well, so we've really grown a really close bond, and it's also great meeting new people too, like Eris.
Yeah.
We've met a lot of new people this year, and it's a really talented cast.
That's great. So it's been like 4 or 5 years straight?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. It's awesome. You've gone through quite a few of these shows
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
That is
And I'm
neat.
really excited to do it like every single year until I'm too old to do it.
Yeah.
And that'll be a while. That'll be a while
Yeah.
before you get to 18. So Isabella, tell me about your character.
I'm Manal, and she's one of Jasmine's best friends. She's there for her in a couple of songs. I mean, when in some of the marketplace scenes, we come out with her just always being there, kind of like Aladdin's friends as well. We have a couple of lines, so it's a good part.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you all like the dancing that's going on
Yeah.
with the show?
I like every single dance.
Oh, that's great.
They're all super energetic, so
Yeah.
that's what's really
Yeah.
nice.
That's neat. How about the cabaret? What are you singing in the cabaret?
Well, we're singing 10 songs, and I don't think I'll like say all of them, but we're doing quite a lot.
You're doing a lot. Is there any particular song that you like that you're singing?
Yeah, I like this song that we're doing called Hard Knock Life, which includes a dance, and I think it's from the movie Annie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a great song. I love it.
Yeah.
How about you, Isabella? What is your favorite song?
One I'm really looking forward to is Seasons of Love from Rent,
Yeah,
which
I love that one.
a group of us teenagers, we have a special part in that song.
Oh, that's
So I'm
nice.
really looking forward to that because we really get to show ourselves in that song, especially.
Your director, Michael
Yeah.
Hartsfield, directed that.
Yeah.
Directed Rent.
And I get jealous about that part too.
Oh, but you'll get old enough and you can do that too.
Yeah.
Well,
So what have you done in school prior to this?
I've done, the schools that I've went to, my previous school, I missed the year for the play, so I couldn't do that. And my old school didn't have any shows. But I've done a couple of shows with other companies. Like I did Peter Pan when I was 7 or 8,
Oh,
something
nice.
about that. And I was Jane's daughter. So I came in at the very end of the show, and I got to fly around with Peter Pan, which was really
Oh my gosh,
cool.
I bet that was
Yeah,
cool.
that was really cool.
That was great. And do you like your costume? Are you happy with it? Have
I
you
do.
tried it
I
on?
love it. It's purple and it's sparkly
right,
and everything.
Right. You guys are going to be so great.
it's a really nice costume.
Well, we're looking forward to having to seeing you on the stage. You'll have 11 opportunities, I think it is, to see these girls.
Yeah.
So thank you both so much for coming out.
Thank you for having
And
us.
we look forward to seeing you at the show. Thank you.
Thank you for having us here because this was a fun experience, even though it's only lasted a little time.
Well, I'm glad you came. And next time you'll love it better. We'll definitely have you out again. So thank you all for coming. And the next person that we're going to have here is Aladdin himself. So stay tuned.
If you were hit by a flood or other natural disaster today, would you have enough money to rebuild? Truth is, probably not. In fact, 2 out of every 3 homes in the United States are underinsured when it comes to natural disasters such as earthquakes and floods, and many don't know it. This is mainly because many property owners don't carry enough insurance to cover damage from wildfires, extreme wind events, and hurricanes. And most homeowners and renters insurance policies typically do not cover damage from natural disasters like floods and earthquakes. In fact, approximately 80% of the residents in areas hit hardest by Hurricane Harvey in 2017 did not have flood insurance. Everyone needs to rethink their insurance coverage and make sure they're adequately covered from disaster losses, including flood. Floods can happen anywhere at any time during the year. You do not need to live near a coast to experience a flood. They happen in all 50 states, and 98% of counties in the U.S. have experienced a flooding event. Floods are the most common and costly natural disaster in the U.S. Just an inch of water can cause up to $25,000 in damage. Without flood insurance, you're left to cover that cost on your own. Federal disaster aid provides limited help for property owners, often in the form of a loan, which must be paid back. Insured survivors are able to recover faster and more fully from floods or other catastrophic events than their uninsured neighbors. Across the board, families and communities which have the most hope after a disaster are the ones who've made adequate insurance coverage part of their resilient strategy. Check all your insurance coverage. Talk with your insurance agent if you have proper coverage for disaster losses, even from events you don't think are as likely to happen, like earthquakes and flood. Consider buying a flood insurance policy from the National Flood Insurance Program. Call your insurance agent or visit floodsmart.gov to learn more.
Welcome back to Curtain Call, and I'm pleased to tell you that Aladdin has decided to join us. His real name is Ian. So thank you so much for coming out today. We really appreciate it. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your character, about Aladdin?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't do a whole lot of studying on this.
Is he a young man like yourself? Mm-hmm. Okay. And is he friendly, or what was
he's
his
very
character?
friendly.
Very friendly?
So he does have 3 other friends, Babcock, Omar, and Kasim. And then later on he meets the genie. But so yeah, he gets around.
That's great. And so this is your first role at Laurel Mill Playhouse, right? Have you done other shows elsewhere?
I have done 2 other shows at my high school, Mount Hebron High School. I have done It's a Wonderful Life, where I played the role of Mr. Martini.
Oh, good.
And funnily enough, Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
No kidding. That's great.
And I know you had a production of that. So in Joseph, I played the part of Zebulon, and the cast got a really big kick out of that.
That's great.
So also in conjunction with this show, or not really in conjunction with this show, but during the summer, I'm also doing the show The Fantastics, where I play the part of the mute.
Great. That is wonderful. That's quite a little resume. So what are some of the things that you enjoyed by doing this show at Laurel Mill Playhouse?
Doing this show, previously the only shows I had done was at Mount Hebron. So this gives me experience with another director and a whole new cast. Or a whole new cast.
Right.
So yeah, a whole new cast, and it allows me to, I guess, get familiar with the people around here, because previously I had not been here. My mom lived here for a while, but I don't remember anything, so.
Okay.
So yeah, it allows me to just revisit Laurel and...
It's a great place, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Have you tried the ice cream shop next door to the restaurant?
Unfortunately, I have not.
You should do that. So, how do you like the rehearsal schedule, being like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday? It's something new we tried this year, one after the other.
I do rather like the rehearsal schedule. So this summer, my mom had planned for me to visit my dad a lot. And actually, my dad is the one who helps me with all the vocals and the steps. So he plays a big part in my performance in the show.
Oh, that's awesome.
So my mom had planned to spend a lot of time with my dad this summer. So with the schedule the way it is, there is a lot of time for that.
Yeah, that's what we thought would help all the kids, and we'll probably be doing that in the future, because it still allows you to take some vacation time or time away and get that. So you've made new friends here at Laurel. And have you ever played in such a small theater before? We only have 59 seats.
I have not played in such a small theater before. Mount Hebron is a fairly standard-sized stage. It's got a lot of seats. Man, I don't remember how many seats it has.
Probably hundreds, right?
Definitely hundreds. Although I do remember that they had to take out a whole row of seats to fit the orchestra in there. And that was a little bit awkward, because I think there were nails still in the floor where the seats had been bolted in. So that made it a little bit awkward for the orchestra, but
I
we
bet.
made it work.
So in the cabaret, what are you singing? Do you have a special song to sing?
I'm not singing a whole lot of songs in the cabaret because, I'm the main actor, so it is fair that everybody else gets a lot of other songs in the cabaret. So the only 2 songs that I'm singing, well, I'm singing 5 songs, but 3 of those are songs that everybody is singing the entire cast is singing. So the only two that I'm singing without everybody else is Children Will Listen, a Sondheim, and I Won't Grow Up from Peter Pan.
Oh, great, great.
So other than that, there is Children Rule the World, Seasons of Love, my personal favorite. I know that song the most. I know a lot of other people like that song too. And then there's, of course, the finale of We Go Together from Grease.
I love that. But what is your favorite song from Aladdin Jr. itself to sing by yourself?
To sing by myself.
Do you have some solos?
I do only have one true solo. There is the duet with Jasmine, but there is only one true solo. The One Jump Ahead reprise, Proud of Your Boy. My mom's favorite song. Take your best guess as to why. So I do rather like that song. Initially I wasn't so keen on it because at first I thought, okay, it's just kind of pandering the audience because they had to fill in some slots for the music. But then my dad did some research and he actually found that the song was originally going to make it into the movie, but they had to scrap it because it would be too long.
Oh, okay.
But now I actually do rather like that song.
Good, good. Have you tried on your costume yet?
I have not tried on my costume.
Okay, they're probably still assembling it.
I have not tried on either of my costumes. I've tried on parts of the costumes, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
The costume person, she had this term, partially dressed. I am partially dressed.
How about the dancing? Do you like that in the show?
I do like the dancing.
Oh, good, good.
It is a little bit difficult to do because it is on a smaller stage. It was very easy to do on the Mount Hebron stage because it was such a big stage and we had a lot of leeway to do some really fancy stuff. And even though this is on a smaller stage, I do still like it.
Great. What's your favorite subject at school?
At school, it would probably be a tie between chorus, that's where I get a lot of my singing experience, and Chinese.
Oh, great. That's awesome.
And that's my language class. Actually, my dad speaks both forms of Chinese, so he's a big help in that too. So hopefully, at some point, I can get to a point where I can speak some Chinese to my dad as casual conversation.
Oh, that would be great.
That would be great.
That is awesome. Well, I'm so glad you came out today and that you're having a good time doing this. And I've heard great things about you.
Oh, thank you.
So I'm looking forward to seeing the show. And there's a lot of excitement about it around town. So I'm sure we're going to have great houses. And thanks to your parents for bringing you out to all those rehearsals. Because
Thank you for having me.
Pardon me?
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. So again, Aladdin, Disney's Aladdin Jr. and the Kids Cabaret starts August the 3rd and goes through August the 19th. Be sure and get your tickets online so you have a seat and can be assured of that. Make sure also that you stop by the people that support us who are right next door, Olive on Main, and next to them is the ice cream shop. And they're just a great help to us, so we'd appreciate if you would support them too. So thanks again for coming out, and I hope to see you at the show. Thanks.